Well, starting from the beginning, right away when I started viola, I also joined the Jerusalem Music Center, where they have fantastic programs for young musicians, not only strings, but back then when I started viola, they right away give me all these string quartets and to participate in, and we had some summer programs that were chamber focused. They also had the orchestral program, which is paired with the Israel Philharmonic. So it's called the Young Israel Philharmonic. I myself actually didn't play in that. Later on in my career, I actually worked in the team of that course, the Young Israel Philharmonic. But I started with that, and with the Jerusalem Music Center and the string quartet that I had back then, we flew to Holland to a summer program in Zeist, which is like half hour away from Amsterdam about. It's called Zeist Music Days. And in that program, we had the honor to play and work with the Jerusalem String Quartet, the Denell Quartet, cellist Natalie Klein from the UK, cellist Hila Carney, and violist Gilad Carney. And of course, individually with the quartet members of the Jerusalem String Quartet and the Denell Quartet from France. And that was a huge part of my growth process, let's put it like that, because back then I only played viola maybe 3 years and or something like that. And we right away kind of like got into this really great program where we learned so much with my quartet back then. Later on, I joined the Netanya Kibbutz Orchestra in a tour to China. That was a really long, challenging tour that we did with a beautiful program and soloists, and that was fantastic. And then I started my bachelor's degree, which my bachelor's degree took place in the Bookman Mehta School of Music, which is on the name of Zubin Mehta, because he is one of the main donors to fund this really great orchestral program that they have there that is basically paired with the Israel Philharmonic. So every year we have about 5 cycles of main or major orchestral programs where we play, and we actually audition for it just like for a professional orchestra. So for 4 years, we had 5 auditions every year in front of jury from the Israel Philharmonic, which is a world-class orchestra that performs with the most amazing soloists and conductors. Back then, Zubin Mehta was still the artistic director and house conductor, and he conducted us as well. And I had the big privilege of working with him, and that was incredible. It was very, very fun. We performed at the Charles Bronfman Tel Aviv Music Auditorium. It's the house hall of the Israel Philharmonic, where really soloists and artists from all over the world come to play with this amazing orchestra and directors. So I would say that would be like one of my highlights. Another highlight is when we, as the orchestra of the school, the Bookman Mehta School of Music, we went on a tour to Germany, and we played with soloist Anne-Sophie Mutter, the great violinist from Germany, and she is fantastic. It was such a honor and privilege and inspiring experience to work with her. We learned so much in that concert or project that we did with her. Later on, we also had a tour to Brazil, where we played in the Sala Sao Paulo, the main hall of the Sao Paulo Philharmonic. That was a really fun experience. We played a beautiful program. I think it was Brahms Symphony No. 3 and some Beethoven and Mozart. It was just great. It was so incredible. Between my bachelor's and master's, I was thinking of doing 1 gap year that became 2 gap years because of COVID. But then I eventually got to New York to do my master's at Manhattan School of Music, where I got to play side-by-side concerts with New York Philharmonic members and the Met opera orchestra members, and that was a really big highlight in my 2 years at Manhattan School of Music. Apart from that, I also led the orchestra in some projects and operas. We had a really amazing conductor coming from France. His name is Pierre Ballet, and we performed the Angelique opera with him. It was such a great experience, and we learned a lot, and we performed many performances of that opera. I think about 6 of those, and that was really great. I also played for some really great violists throughout my experience outside of schools as well, such as Thomas Ribble in Salzburg, Attar Arad, Itzhak Schotten, and Florence Power came from UK to give us master classes. That was really great. And William Coleman, who was the student of Thomas Ribble, but now he's a really great professor at the Mozarteum and in Salzburg, and it's just really fun and inspiring to get to play to these like master violists and get a little bit of their really massive knowledge and experience. Yeah, I could go on, but